Hi, my name is Stu Ellis, and we're standing in, well, this could be somewhere in the Corn Belt, but it's not. It is in northern Utah, and this is an irrigated cornfield that has phenomenal potential this year. It's come from being 100 bushels, 150 bushels, maybe a little bit more than that, to what is projected this year at 275 bushels. How do you get there? How does someone in northern Utah probably max out and maybe hit the National Corn Growers Yield Contest award dinner? Well, there's a couple secrets. The farm here has been using Rocky Mountain Agronomics, and with the help of Jared Cook, you'll meet him in a moment. Jared has been using the consultancy of Texas Soil and Plant Lab, and you'll meet Noel Garcia in a moment. But this is really the combination of what they were doing, their initial assessments, their analysis over time, recommendations for fertility, micronutrients, and what should be done in this field has really raised production 100 bushels and possibly more in coming years, just based on some very simple changes.
Before I got involved here, they had just a real general blanket program, a one-size-fits-all fertility program that they adapted across their farm. These guys farm a broad geography, and reality is that they thought one size fit all, but that was not the case. And so I showed up, started working with these guys about 5 years ago, and we adopted the Texas Plant and Soil Lab program, where we took every field as a specific field-by-field basis. Started soil testing, plant testing, and building specific crop programs.
Well, we started with a soil analysis of each field and make sure that we know what we're starting off with, whether we have an abundance of nutrients or do we have some deficiencies we got to take care of. And of course, after that, we start what we call our leaf analysis, or Ask the Plant program, where we start right around V3 stage, and we actually take the whole plant, and Jared would take those and submit it to us down in Rio Grande Valley. Basis on that first sample is very important, because right around V5 stage is when we can maximize the plant genetic potential. That's when that embryo is forming the number of rows on that cob, whether it's 16, 18, 20, 22 rows. So it's real important to make sure that we have balanced nutrition, specifically zinc, and some of these other trace elements are very important. Soon after that, we go towards second sampling, which is around R1 stage, where we take the most recently fully expanded leaf, or the first collared leaf of that, and Jared would submit about 15 leaves to us. There again, we're measuring what we're deficient or toxic in, so we can make sure and balance that out. So each of these fertility recommendations that come from Texas Plant and Soil Lab are specific for this crop and for this area.
And the soil analysis told us the nutrition that was immediately available to the plant, being water-soluble nutrient, and then what nutrient would become available later. Those recommendations gave us guidelines for nitrogen management, phosphate, or potassium. And what we realized is we were significantly over-fertilizing with phosphate. We were under-fertilizing potassium. And our nitrogen overall was pretty accurate, considering. And then as we came right down to it, our micronutrient nutrition wasn't even close to where it needed to be, based on the soil analysis. Then once we built that program, we moved into our plant sampling, and through some foliar sprays and some water run activity, we were able to fine-tune that program with additional potassium and the micronutrients. We used to average right around 170 bushel corn, real good quality. Today we're right there knocking on the doors of 270, 275. Pretty consistently. We run about 800 acres of corn here. We've got an outstanding crop here. We're banking on about 37,000 plants per acre, and average anywhere from 18 rows around the ear to 36 to 40 long in length. So I think we're knocking on the doors with some pretty good yield.
Yeah.
Next year we will rotate to corn again next year. Our combine will offer a yield map, so we'll have that data as far as the variability of this field. We'll take that into consideration as we plan for next year. And bottom line is, we'll go through our dynamic dialogue of what went well and what could be better. We'll include Noe in that dialogue between us and the grower, and we'll put on paper the plan for next year and shoot for the moon and hope we can get into that 300 mark.
Well, that ear of corn that you're looking at right there ahead of you is very representative of what's in this field. And this field, as you heard, certainly has a very large potential this year, somewhere 250 to 300 bushels, maybe more in coming years, all with the help of Rocky Mountain Agronomics and the Texas Plant and Soil Lab. With their recommendations, the owner of this farm is raising record yields here in northern Utah. I'm Stu Ellis.